Hey, what's up, good people? My name is Zaire. Let me tell you a quick story, right? I'm from the Bronx, New York. I was probably about maybe 12, 13 years old, summertime. And I'm hanging out with my friends. We running the streets crazy, like real young. Some of them younger than me, 11, 10 years old. So we getting ready for wild teenage and young adult life, right? Didn't know it yet, right? So my father, right, he was like, hey, man, I need you in the house about 8 o'clock. I'm like, 8 o'clock? Still light outside, summertime, you know? So I call myself trying to defy him, you know what I'm saying? Now, he already whooped my ass a couple of times, you know, and I ain't want no parts of it, but, you know, I'm getting older, so, you know. So I'm outside, probably 8:30. He come home, see me outside. He's like, come here. I'm standing in front of my friends, so I just kind of walk away because I didn't want to get popped in front of my friends. So I just kind of walked into the building. I'm from these projects on the west side, right, called High Bridge, right? And I go upstairs and I'm bracing myself for the ass whooping that's sure to come. And he sat me down, to my surprise, and he said, you know, what do you want to do with your life, right? And I said, what do you mean what I want to do? I want to be successful. I want to grow up. I want to be successful. He said, no, what do you want to do? My father was a musician. He has seen a lot in his life. And he said, you know, some of your friends ain't going to make it. And I couldn't understand. I said, he's tripping. You know what I'm saying? We all going to make it, you know, so, you know, young and naive at the time. And I said, well, I want to be successful, Pops. I want to be successful. I want to be a success. He said, okay. Got up, left. I was in the living room. He came right back. And he said, here. He threw something at me. And it hit the floor. I never forget, it hit my feet. It was like a cassette tape. This is, you know, I'm 54. This is like probably 1984, something like that, 83, something like that. So still had cassette tapes, y'all. So I just looked at it because he walked out the room. I'm still a little defiant, and he walked out, went into his own room, and he said, listen to that and come back and tell me what you think. It took me about an hour, really, and I finally picked it up. And then when I looked at it, there was somebody named Les Brown, and it said the power of living your dream. That was Les Brown. All right, whatever. So I had this little cassette tape because I like to play my music. So I figure I'm on punishment. I might as well listen to it. So I pressed play. And when I tell you that changed my life, that man changed my life. For real, he changed my life. From the time I was 13 all the way up until my young adulthood, I listened to him. He got me through more hard times as a teenager that I would have been caught up in than I can count. You know, people thought I was listening to hip-hop songs. We used to have these Sony Walkmans and we used to be playing. Half the time I was listening to Les Brown, being motivated, saying, hey, you know, one day I want to do what he does because he inspired me so much. I played basketball. I used to listen to him before I even got out in the court and played with my team and so forth. He made me redefine what success was and what it meant to be successful. And I can't thank that man enough. I can't thank my father enough for, instead of chastising me, loving on me, and disciplining me in a softer way, whereas he was able to get through to me, even if he had to leverage it through another man's words. I can't thank him enough. We need more of that. And Les Brown, I want to personally thank you for helping me out of a hard time. I done seen a lot in my life. At a young, you know, basically you get traumatized. You grow up the way I grew up. You see a lot you shouldn't see as a child, you know. But I learned to overcome things, overcome adversity, strive, and hopefully this will inspire others. This message will inspire others that no matter where you're from, no matter what circumstances that you're under, you can achieve. You can achieve. Hold on to your dream. Hold on to it. And for you younger kids, I dare you just to get older. Just get older. Hopefully, when you get older, you get wiser. Because wisdom is the key to life. And I'm so happy and fortunate that I was able to grow and mature into that and be a man who now can pay it forward, hopefully, to somebody else who needs to hear this message. So again, thank you, Les Brown. Thank you. I know you touch millions of people at this point. You're world renowned. But that little kid at 13 years old, he needed to hear those words. He needed to hear those words. And I'll never forget that moment. I'm 54 today. Thank you, sir. And thank you to my father. I'm out.